You can't afford to cheat on nobody. You not paying no bills. Hey girl, hey, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome babe. It is so nice to have you. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for all the love and support. This is going to be a story time. You girls love story times. So before we get into this juicy story time, I just wanted to continue to elaborate. The tickets for the Dallas Is He Your Sugar Daddy speed dating event has been off the chain. When I say off the chain, you girls were not playing. It is going to be January the 29th, 2022, and it's going to be here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I'm going to have an even number of ladies as well as gentlemen, and I'm so excited to play Cupid. You girls ask me, Fancy, how do you run into these guys? I have the look, I have the attitude. Fancy, but I live in the country. I don't like online dating. Well, how can I just get an opportunity to get face to face? And if this is you, this is the event for you, babe. So these guys, I know them, and they are ready to spend money. Of course, they spend money on the right type of woman, so it is definitely going to be up to you as to how you finesse and how you carry yourself and how you work your feminine charm, that feminine seduction. So I have some spots left. I do. They go really quickly, so don't sleep on this event. It's only for the ticket. It's only for the event. I suggest leaving late Sunday or leaving early Monday. So if you do make a connection with someone, then you're able to have them take you shopping the next day. Stop playing with me. So fly in Friday night, check out Dallas, freestyle, especially if you're considering moving here. And then Saturday you have all morning to eat brunch, check out the city, do a little shopping, get your makeup and your hair together, and then be ready for the ball. It's not going to be a big ball. It's going to be like a medium, especially during the pandemic, so I was going to be more realistic, and I'd rather pay more money for a nicer venue to cater to a smaller, more intimate crowd. You know what I mean? So I want you girls to feel comfortable. Also, in the DFW, it's not mandated to wear masks. It's not mandated for vaccinations any longer. So just notate that you must take the precautions for your own health. And so, yeah, if you're interested in coming, please email me. Thursday, I opened it up to the private group. It's Friday, and it's still only open to the private group. But starting Saturday, which is tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I'm going to post this video Saturday, tomorrow, or Monday. I like posting videos on Monday because I like to upload them and edit them over the weekend and then make them live on Monday. But at the end of the day, if you're seeing this Monday, babe, a happy new week. Go ahead and email me and get your ticket secured by your flight and start looking at hotels and Airbnbs. Again, if you're in our private sugar baby group, network with the ladies, see who else is going to this speed dating thing, and see if you girls can go in on a hotel together or go in on an Airbnb. And not necessarily for financial issues or whatever, but because it's nice to network with other women, get to know one another, and have somebody to go into this event with, and not just feeling like overwhelmed and nervous and uncomfortable and stuff like that. So take advantage of the resources. I have been busy all week with coaching calls. So if you are dating, if you do have questions, if you are looking for advice and you need some help getting to the bag, what is stopping you, by all means, hit me up. I have multiple packages to choose from. In addition to that, if you're more of a, hey, I kind of want to meet like-minded women in my city. Like I said, we have the Pretty Paid and Privileged private group. It is a one-time fee group, and it's to weed out the time wasters and the people who are there to cause trouble. So it is very it's an inspirational group. We're very encouraging, and the ladies are very helpful. They're sweet and it's drama free, and I'm quite proud of the girls who are a part of the group. The growth is outstanding. So yeah, let's get into this story time. I've been waiting. Initially, when I started my YouTube, I was crying. I was literally Ubering, I was crying, and that video is really what went viral as to getting my channel on and popping. And at that point in my life, just for a little bit of background, I stopped dancing. I was just like, Lord, this is not what you have for me. I know you can't bless mess. This is not something that I see myself doing. I see so many women, you know, when you're a dancer, so much money goes through your hands, but it's not often that you really see women, quote unquote, get out of that lifestyle and just really have something for themselves. Not saying it never happens, but it's really not often. You see all the money come and all the money go. So I was just like, this is just not for me. My baby was transitioning into full-time, you know, big kid school. He was in kindergarten, and I, you know, studied biochemistry, and, you know, I wanted to be in the medical field and all of this stuff. But then when I identified that, you know, that me working for people, just no matter how high, you know, I am on the totem pole, that's not something that I want to do, and it's not something for me. So, you know, all that education kind of went down the drain. And I was like, if I have to start hustling anything that is tip based, I'm pretty good at. Guys love me. So I was like, let me be an Uber driver. Let me do a Lyft driver. And then I'm flexible, so I can work when I need to work. And I'm able to pick up my son. I'm able to drop him off. I don't have help. I'm able to eat lunch, go to, you know, his field trips with him and stuff like that, you know, with no problem. So I was working long hours. I was working 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. I would, you know, wake up at 4 o'clock, Uber for 2 hours until 6. At 6, I will get my baby ready for school. Get him breakfast. I will drive him an hour to get to school. Once he got to school at 8, I would start working and or driving from the airport, picking up people and dropping them off to wherever they needed to go. And I would, from 8 until 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock, I would, you know, finish up at the airport doing rides and get into the kindergarten line to pick up my baby boy. I would then drive like an hour and 30 minutes to my mom's house, and I would drop him off at her house after I stopped to get him something to eat. Then I would do a little bit of, spend a little time with him, eat with him, and then I would get back to work around 7, and I would work from 7 p.m. till 11, and I would do it all over again Monday through Friday. Now on the weekend, my mom has always been an amazing grandmother. She has if she can, she, you know, she'll watch him for me on the weekend. So it was a bit easier because I wasn't having to, you know, balance my son and his school schedule and picking him up and dropping him off. And if you drive for Uber and Lyft, you understand that unless you put in long hours, you're not really making money, and it's not breaking even. So with that being said, I was working hard. And in between that, I was doing, you know, as I'm waiting for my next rides at the airport, I'm recording, you know, YouTube videos. I was just talking. You know, I wasn't really sure where I wanted my channel to go. I know that they wanted that they say be consistent. They say kind of, you know, have one genre and stick to it versus trying to target multiple audiences, you know, because you want people to stick with you versus people just tuning in every once in a while because you really don't cover what their interests are that often because you're so busy and you're spread thin covering so many other topics. So I was still trying to figure out really what was my niche. And so, and also I was getting more into the Bible, you know, when I'm waiting for rides, I would, you know, read my Bible and just different things. And that's when it was a cowboy game. I was picking up people from the airport that flew in, that was going straight from the airport, straight to bars to watch the Cowboys. And I ran into an ex. I ran into the ex that literally made me say I'm done. Made me say I'm done with Dusties. I'm done with being a pick-me. I'm done with taking care of a man. I'm done with being a strong woman. I'm done with being independent. I'm done with, you know, being a ride or die. I'm done. He was the last straw when it came to, you know, that part of my life. When I was done with him, that part of me died. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful and thankful for it. And even as I started getting into, you know, more of the lifestyle that I have always been a part of, but not fully committed to, that's when, you know, I finally got more comfortable, you know, identifying that there's other women like myself. You know, we've all been hurt. We all have been used. Most of us have, you know what I mean, been in a repetitive cycle of accepting the minimum, just wanting attention, just wanting love, because of our upbringing, because of our lack of a father, because of our mom having to be strong and working long hours and us having to raise our children, because of the self-hate, because of the insecurities, because of the, you know, looking at your mom and saying, I never want to be like her. I'd rather have a man, even if he's not being faithful, even if he's not paying bills, even if he's not contributing to anything, at least I won't be alone. I identified that there were so many other women who have been through the hardship and the pain that I've been through, and I found my niche as soon as I ran into him and I picked up that camera and I started bawling. I was like, Lord, why would you allow me to run into the man who made me feel like nothing? Why would you allow me to, I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. I'm not dancing, Lord. Lord, I'm reading my Bible every day. I'm, you know what I mean? I'm doing the best that I can as a woman, as a mother, to put my child first so he never goes without. I'm done with sleeping with guys. I'm done with entertaining BS. I'm working my butt off. Why would you allow me to see him living his best life, walking into this bar with his mom, like happy, happy, joy, joy? So that is the background as to, you know, this story time. I want to give you an in-depth version of my baby boy is getting out of school, or he's on the bus right now, so he's gonna be on his way, so I'm gonna try to go fast. So y'all saw the story time of the guys who paid for a plastic surgery, an elective surgery procedure, and how they would take me up to this African bar to show me off. Now I ended up meeting my ex, we're gonna call him my ex, at that bar. He was the bartender. And so we built a friendship, you know, whatever I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anytime I would come in, I would always run the tab up, because I always make connections and relationships with my bartenders. I always make sure my bartenders, male or female, are taken care of. I always make sure that we are in a position where if you need to tell me that this guy is a time waster, he's dusty, or he's not on my level, or don't even waste my time, I want you to be able to, let me know that. Or I want you to be able to text me, hey, Fancy, there's a baller in here, come in here. So me and him had a good relationship. We were friends. I never really looked at him like that. He would tell me what was going on with him. He would always take care of me. If no guys were in there, I could order whatever food, get whatever drinks. He would always take care of it. And I would always make sure that any guy that I'm with tips him good. So he opened up to me and he said, Fancy, I really consider you a good friend. And right now I'm just going through a lot. I've been trying to help out my cousin, and I've been paying most of the rent, and all I have is a couch to sleep on, and I'm just tired. I feel as though I'm working my butt off, and all this last month I've been telling him that I'm trying to get my car out of the shop. I'm trying to get my car out of the shop so I can't carry on all the rent just to only have the couch. I need you to pull your half so I can pull my half so I can, get the rest of the money to get my car repaired. So I was wondering if, I could stay with you for a little bit. I know you have a 3-bedroom townhouse. And, if you didn't mind just a couple of days, just let me try to figure things out. So, of course, me being stupid, I'm just like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. I have like you said, I have a 3-bedroom townhouse. You can stay in the bedroom downstairs, and me and my son's bedrooms are upstairs. So, it wasn't, a big deal. And you're looking at me like, dang, Fancy, you was crazy, you was stupid. Listen, this is a real story. This is my past. It's a learning lesson. If I would have never experienced a situation like this, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. And I wouldn't be in a position where I've been able to help thousands of women around the world. So it might be like, oh my gosh, did you? Yeah, I did. That was me. I did. Like you said, y'all can see I really have a good heart. You know what I mean? And genuinely, if you met me, I'm a really cool person. And with that being said, I knew him for a while. I was able to identify he wasn't a threat. We chilled before. I've got wasted before at the bar because I would go to the bar after I leave the strip club. And so if I'm drinking all day on my shift and then coming to the bar afterwards, I would be out of there. So he's made sure I got home safely and stuff, and I trusted him. So I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. So he ended up coming over, whatever the case is, and the bar was really, really close. The bar that he worked at was about 6 minutes from my house, and the strip club that I worked at was about 6 minutes further out from the bar. So my club that I was working at that time was 12 minutes from my house, and his bar was right in between. So it's my house, the bar, the club. So it was really convenient. Yeah, we had one car, but I made it work because I was dusty myself. So what ended up happening was, let me see if my baby texts me, because he always texts me. He's on the bus. He hasn't texted me yet. I wonder what's going on. So yeah, so we got into a routine where I would get my son to school in the mornings. Then I'm trying to think, was my baby in school at that time? I'm trying to think, or was he in daycare? Yeah, I think he was in school. Yeah, so I would get my baby to school. Yeah, I would get my baby to school. Then around 12 or 1 o'clock, he's up, he's getting ready, which is my ex, getting ready for work or whatever the case was. And I would drop him off at the bar, and then my mom would pick my son up. So I was paying my mom to pick up my son during the week from school, and I would go in, I would drop the dude off at 2. I would clock into the club around 2:30. And he usually worked from 2 until, during the week, I think it was 12. And on the weekends, I think it was like 3 or 4. So I would usually only work like from 2 to 10 or 2 to 7, or until I got money, honestly. When you're a contractor, you know, you can, and you're self-employed, you just work whenever. So I would work until I made money, and then I would go back to the bar and then just drink there and hang out there and, you know, finesse the guys there until my homie got off of work. And we, you know, went back, and we would pick up my son like at midnight or at 1 o'clock in the morning from my mom's house. We all would go back home, and that would be our routine, just so you get an idea. So after spending so much time together and us being in this routine, we started talking, of course. We started dating, we started sleeping together, we started talking, we started, you know, getting in a relationship. And I was in the mentality where, you know, I want to help this dude out. You know, I know he's going through a lot with his cousin and stuff, and he needs to get his car. So I still wasn't making him pay any bills or anything like that. Y'all listen, not here for the judgment. This is a story time. This is my reality. This is what I went through. This is who I was. So again, please, it's taken me a while to even share what was the final straw, and this was the final straw. So, to share this story. I didn't want you girls to judge me. I didn't want, you know, you girls to look down on me or anything. But then I felt like, you know what? That's my story. It's my story. It's part of my journey. It's what I went through. It's who I was. It helped me to become who I am today. So I'm very happy to share this story with you. I'm just saying I have a lot of naysayers, you know, and haters and stuff. So I'm just trying to just clear that up. So in addition to that, he wasn't paying rent or anything like that initially. He finally got, you know, enough money saved up where he was able to get his car totally fixed. So now we had 2 forms of transportation. At this point, the lease was up. So this time frame was like about 4 to 6 weeks. So about a month and a half that it took for him to get himself situated and his car back. So my lease was coming up. So now we were gonna, you know, move into a condo. I was planning on going into a 3-bedroom condo, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath condo. At this point, we're together and we're in a relationship. So in the beginning, he wasn't paying bills. And this is why I always tell you girls, if a man is not doing something in the beginning, as he starts to love you, as he starts to commit to you, as y'all's relationship starts to develop, he's not going to start doing it in the end. He wasn't paying bills in the beginning. So now that he has his car, he's still saying, hey, babe, work is slow at the bar. I'm not getting tips like that. You know, I want to help you. I'm going to do the best that I can. And I'm just like understanding. I've always been the type of woman who I've never believed in raising my voice at a man, never believed in calling him out of his name. I never believed in putting him down or making him feel bad or nagging him or anything like that. So I was always, yes, I was disappointed. Yes, I'm just like, I need, you know, you added onto my household, so obviously I expect you to help me. And he wasn't even doing a 50-50. He was literally, now he has his car. Now he has so many car notes backed up because his car wasn't an accident. And now he's saying that it's been quite dead at the club. So I'm just like, okay, babe, I understand. But as soon as you know, can help me out, I would really appreciate it. So it just continued on to go like this. But it started to get different. He started to get a bit comfortable, and he kind of knew me. He ended up getting fired from that bar, and he ended up going to like a nightclub in Dallas and bartending there. And so his hours were a bit different. So even though he didn't go to work until 6 or 7 o'clock at night, I never asked him to, you know, pick up my son. He never offered to pick up my son from school. So I would still be able to go to work around 12 or 2 and work until 6 and get Princeton from him at 6:30 so he could go in at 7. Like, he never went out his way to make it easier on me as a single mom. I still had to pay my mom to pick up Princeton during the week, and I still had to make sure the household and everything was taken care of while he was just living life, you know, no bills to pay. He has a beautiful woman, you know, that's taking care of a beautiful home. He didn't have no problems, no drama, you know, because I really prided myself in being my man's peace. And So he would go in, sleep all day. He would, hang out with people throughout the day, do whatever. And then once it was getting ready for work, he would go in at 6:30, 7 o'clock at the club, and I would just be getting home from, not only the club, but going way out an hour to my mom's house to get my son to bring him home. So I would always miss him. And, I wouldn't see him until like 4 o'clock in the morning, because the club would close at 2. The bartenders will always have to clean up and close out and do all that other stuff. So usually if he came straight home, he would be home around 3:30, 4 o'clock. But he started saying, hey, Fancy, all the bartenders are going out after work. I want to be able to go out. I want to be able to do things with them. I feel as though I work so much and so many hours that I just want to spend time and enjoy myself and relax and, smoke hookah and, just do whatever. And I'm like, yeah, of course. No, I totally understand. No big deal. I just, I need you to be in a better mental so you can really help me financially. So what ended up happening was I just told him the only rule I have is please always answer your phone. Always let me know what's going on. Text me saying you're getting off of work. Let me know what's going on so I'm not worried about you. And then don't stay out until 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. At least come home by 7 a.m. before I have to leave to take my son to school in the morning. So, he was just like, yeah, of course, no problem. So once you give a man an inch, that dude is going to take a mile. So, yeah, I would even let him go out and do whatever, but he could never come home. He would always spend the night outside of the house. And he would always come home at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9, 10. Not 7:30, but he'll come home at 8:30, 9, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. saying, oh, I got so wasted. I fell asleep in my car. I didn't want to drink and drive. I went to my boy's house. I did that and that. So then I started feeling really unappreciated. I was like, I'm paying all the bills. I'm not going out. I barely get to spend time with you. I'm taking care of everything. I'm being understanding. You know what I mean? And I'm sleeping with you multiple times a day just because I know you're a bartender. And I know that as a man, I need to take care of you so I don't have to worry about you going anywhere else. And lo and behold, the dude was, of course, he was cheating. He was cheating. When I tell you, it wasn't one girl. It wasn't two girls. He was cheating with almost a different girl every night from the bar that he worked at and from the clubs that he would go to. And, I just got tired. I got tired of crying. I got tired of telling him that he was hurting me. I got tired of telling him that I absolutely do everything. It's not like you're not getting any from me. It's not like I'm not contributing to your lifestyle. It's not like I'm not supporting you in everything that you're doing. Like even when he did private events for weddings and stuff as a bartender, I would drive out hours with him and I would be the waitress. I would always support him in everything that he did. And I just really felt as though, was I not good enough? Like, what am I doing wrong? What more can I do to let this man see that I'm his wife? Like, what is going on? And so it's like I'm here while he was down. He didn't have no car. He was out. Everything. When his mom relocated to Texas, I spent time with her because she was going through a divorce, you know what I mean? And, and there was issues with his mom. His mom, and him, he was very much a mama's boy. His mom was very jealous and intimidating. So yes, she tried to keep me close, but yes, she would be the main issue. Ladies, I forgot to add into this story time as I'm editing the story time. Sorry, I just woke up. But tell me why. So his mom asked me, how did we move in with each other so fast, or whatever the case was. And I kind of expressed to her that he told me that he was living in Addison, staying with his cousin, and paying all the bills and trying to get his car out of the shop, and sleeping on the couch, and it was just really hard for him to commute, and he was spending a lot of money on Ubers back and forth from Addison to his job. And so then she was just like, his cousin. She said, Fancy, he don't have no cousin in Texas. So then and there, I already knew this man must have been staying with another girl, living off a woman, staying with another girl. That girl got fed up and tired of the BS. And then, he ended up, leaving and jumping ship to, another more favorable situation. And then, because I did notice in the beginning, he was like, yo, I think my ex is following me. And he would say that all the time, but, well, not all the time, but he would say it like periodically. And I thought it was weird. I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, has anybody followed you? Listen, ladies, these men will put you in danger. We'll have you on the first 48 unsnapped, on a love, dangerous triangle, whatever the case was. I'm thinking he moved from his cousin's house. He more than likely, again, this is just my assumption, and from his mama being messy, this man did not have a cousin, and he calls all his homeboys his boys. He was staying at a girl's house, probably his ex, and he then upped and abandoned her, or whatever the case is, move with me. And then that's probably when she started trying to follow him from work and, do whatever she was doing. Just a mess. Y'all, just a mess. Just starting mess between us and just all kind of stuff. So I was dealing with a lot. So when that panned out, the lease was coming up. The lease was ending at this new spot, and I told him, I said, listen, my baby has to go to summer camp this summer. I really need him to be social and out and playing and having a good time. I can't afford to pay the rent in total by myself this last month of rent, and pay for, his tuition for the upcoming school semester and his summer activities, and for him to have summer clothes and back to school clothes. So can you please just pay your half of the bills so I can take that other half that I usually pay in full, and take care of what I needed to take care of? He said, yes, of course. And, leading up to that, we even had a rent drawer where when he would come home from the bar, he would put half of the money that he made in the rent drawer and keep the other half for gas or whatever, just to try to, slowly but surely work up to his way towards the rent, because obviously money management wasn't a strong point, and I wasn't the one to try to lean over his shoulder and, try to say, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. So what ended up happening was we every month it failed, but this month I told him, he knew how important it was. I'm sorry, y'all, my voice is, I've been doing so many coaching calls. So my voice is gone. So he knew how important it was. He promised me, he said, it's not going to be a big deal. We're going to get it taken care of. I know you have to come up with, or we have to come up with a deposit to move into our next spot. Whoop-de-whoop. The rent came and he did not have it. He did not have it. So not only did I have to put all the money that I had into that final month's rent, but I didn't have enough money to take care of everything I needed to take care of. So my son couldn't go to summer camp that summer, and I had to put all the money towards, paying my mom, so she could keep him during the summertime. Because at this point, I just paid for his school tuition, and I didn't have enough money to even put on a deposit on a new spot that we was moving to. So basically, at this point, we homeless. We're living in Airbnbs and everything. So with him being a bartender and me being a dancer, or whatever, we get money every single day. So we were able to maintain the homeless lifestyle, staying in nice Airbnbs every single night. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself, you're cheating on me. You're sleeping with other women. You're exposing me to all kinds of Lord knows what. You haven't helped me financially. You've been a financial burden. You haven't made it easier for me as a single mom to even help with my kid. And it's not that I asked you, but you see how I'm traveling an hour out, 2 hours round trip to go get my baby boy, and you can contribute to getting him and keeping him for me until I get off of work, and I can get him before you go to work, and you're still not doing that. And I'm thinking to myself, Lord, why do I deserve this? Am I not good? I just could not understand. And I would cry and I would cry and I would cry. And he would say, I'm not cheating on you. I promise I'm not cheating on you. You know what I mean? But he would never let me go out to the places that he went to. He would always try to keep me on a low. You know what I mean? And all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm bad. Baby, I'm the baddest that you could ever. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, so he needs to have that profile that he's single, the single bartender. so his female clients can give him more tips. This is his saying, this is what he's saying, and if they know that he has a girlfriend, they're not going to tip him well, and it's going to mess up his image of being this sexy bartender that doesn't pay his bills. Okay, so you know what I mean. I was just trying to be understanding. I'm every night I'm praying over this man while he's sleeping. I'm like, Lord, you know what I mean. I thank you for bringing someone into my house, into my life that that I truly love. And he says that he loves me, but I'm struggling. Please have this man change. Please have him realize, the woman that I am. Please let him see that he's making a mistake and that he's really ruining something that's really, really great. And so, I'm praying this prayer over and over to him. When I tell you, within 2 days of praying that prayer, that man was gone. When I say I serve a good, good father, when I tell you I serve a good, good father, and I get choked up a little bit because it makes me sad that I couldn't hug the woman that I was at that point in time. I felt so alone. I felt like a failure. How am I a mom? And I'm in an Airbnb and my baby's with my mama for the summer. I'm like, who do that? What am I doing? Hold on, let me make sure. I'm in the car waiting for you, baby boy. In the car. You call me your best. So, I'm sorry, y'all. So within 2 days, that man was gone. So the day after I prayed that prayer, he promised me up and down, because I'm thinking to myself, he's not paying bills, he's not contributing to nothing. I'm sleeping with him all the time. I'm the one who's carrying the load and carrying us. I'm the one who have to sacrifice, even putting my son in a situation of we're not stable, and we're in this position because he didn't pull his weight and because I allowed it. And he's cheating on me too. Dude, you can't afford to cheat on nobody. You're not paying no bills. So what ended up happening was, I need to figure out what this boy is. Yeah, let me look this way in case the bus come. So what ended up happening was, he was promising me up and down. No, you can come for, I think it was some kind of holiday, an all-white party at his club. He said you can come for sure, whatever. And I didn't realize one of the girls was just giving me the nastiest look at his bar. And I'm thinking to myself, why is she giving me such a nasty look? Why is she looking like that? You know what I mean? And he got mad because he didn't like guys talking to me anymore now that we've been in a relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, you told me to hang out with this one girl, but she's giving me the stankiest attitude. Like, why is she acting like this? And so, come to find out the next day, his phone was giving us directions to a lunch or a brunch spot to get something to eat. And she's going to text him, hey, babe, I'm so sorry that I had an attitude last night. I understand what's going on with you and your ex, and I should have been more mature about it. And I really love you. Hopefully we can do something tonight after work. And it popped up, and the car read it out loud. So he was fumbling his phone, and the car read it out loud. That was God. That was the Holy Spirit. That was the Lord. That was my Heavenly Father. I didn't say anything. I literally busted out crying. He ended up turning around, taking me to the Airbnb, and he ended up getting his laptop and, his important things, putting everything in his car from the Airbnb, and leaving me. He abandoned me. He left me homeless with nothing, went to his mama's house, stayed with his mama, and then he's gonna call me because his car is getting repossessed. So, baby, you're gonna tell me that you weren't paying no bills, you weren't doing anything but living life, being taken care of, and you weren't even mature or wise enough or financially responsible enough to even take care of your transportation. You leave me stranded homeless. And y'all know how hard it is to get out of a hotel or an Airbnb type of situation and get out of those fees, because they charge you, they tax, and get out of paying for that day to day to getting into, you know, your next spot, because it's expensive to move. Double the rent, the first and the last month's rent and all that other stuff. So you left me. And I've never been the type where yes, my mom would do anything for my son, but I've never had the relationship with my mom where I've been able to like go and stay with her or anything like that. When I'm out, I'm out. So I'm thinking to myself, he isolated me from my friends. He isolated me from going out. He used me up until I had nothing. And then he put me in a situation where I was left with nothing, and to clean up the mess, but then had the nerve to contact me when you've called all your people. Your mama can't help you. And you at your mama house. Your mama ex-husband still taking care of your mama, because he a good man and he didn't just want to leave her out here, you know, after the divorce with nothing. So he can't help you. But you gonna call me? Because I'm going to be understanding, because I'm going to love you through it all, and I'm going to give you the money to get your car out, because you think that I'm going to do this for you in hopes that you going to stay with me or get back with me. Y'all, when I tell you my God is so good, my God is so good. When I tell you I pray that prayer, Lord, please allow this man to see who I am. Allow this man to change. Move within this man's life so he matures and he understands and sees the type of woman I am and how good I am and how I'm worthy. My God said, you are enough. You deserve so much better. I would never allow him to have you. And because I wasn't strong enough to walk away, God just took him right out of my life. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I might have cried. I might have talked to my camera. I might have prayed. I might have sat here and said, I'm done with all these dogs, and you know what I mean. I'm just gonna be out there finessing these ninjas and all this other stuff. But in reality, I found what I truly deserve and what I truly want in my life. I want a man. I want to live a hypergamous lifestyle. I deserve that. I shouldn't have to sustain, you know what I mean, a wealthy, comfortable lifestyle and take care of a man. A man should provide that for me. And I'm so blessed that I'm in a position where I'm able to show you ladies where I've come from and what I've been through and where I am now. I am so honored to be able to, you know, be a voice that I didn't have and that I needed to let me know that I was worthy and I deserved more. So that is what was the final straw, what broke the camel's back, what got me out of that dusty market, what I went through to grow and continuously grow into the woman that I am today and the woman that I'm aiming to be tomorrow. Oh, he just on the bus now? Was the bus late, bro? Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you close to home? Or was the bus late? Because the bus should have been here. So I hope you liked that story time. I hope that you girls were able to learn something from that story time. I hope that maybe if you weren't able to relate to me prior to that story time, you can, you know, relate to me a bit more and understand that I've been through some things within my life. And, you know, I'm never going to allow... This is my baby boy. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this handsome boy. Okay. So, and I'm never going to allow another man to, you know, drag me through the dirt or use me or to have my presence and not do what it takes to obtain that. And that's provide, that's protect, that's invest, that's sustain and maintain what I've been doing. If you can't do it, baby, let me be by myself and let all these other men do it, because that's what they've been doing. So I hope you like that story time. It's been a long time coming. It's been some years. And I honestly, if I could tell you anything, I would tell you to be thankful for all the no's, for all the rejection, for all the failed relationships, for all the disappointments. Because at the end of the day, until those people and those things and those situations are removed from your life, you're not going to have room for the blessings and what you deserve and what's to come. So with that being said, I hope you like this story time. I didn't want to get into it too deep. I wanted to make it kind of short and sweet because this video is 42 minutes already. But I would love to introduce you to some of my guys. They are really, really great. They're gentlemen. They're respectful. They're not going to try to take you home. They're not going to try to take you home, and they have the money. Like, they've been fancy approved. So with that being said, go ahead and get your tickets for the speed dating. I think over the weekend and leading up to the event, I do want to kind of mix it up with some new guys, because why not? I want to have some guys that I want to speed date with too, and I'm gonna go ahead and invite them. So I'm about to see, what new guys is out here. So, but I love you, ladies. I'm about to take my baby boy to get his haircut. It is Friday. It is October the 15th at 3:30. My baby should have been in the car with me already. They must be playing games. I'm about to have a lit weekend. I'm getting ready for the Atlanta girls trip. It is in 2 weeks. I'm going to be in the ATL. I kind of got my costume together, kind of not. I don't know. But I need to go to the grocery store. And yeah, I hope you like this story time. I'm rambling. I'm just trying to keep y'all updated on what's going on with me. So I love you so much. Thank you for listening. If you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and press the like button and subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I love you. That's my baby's bus. Gotta go. Bye.